It is better to be alone than with a bad partner. I am 45-year-old single woman with no kids, so bear that in mind. But I see a lot of relationship posts on here, and some of the advice I see is there are better men out there. Sure, this is true. I know many good men out there. I have wonderful male friends who are supportive partners and great humans. But I think this misses a big point. No partner at all is still better than a bad partner. As a single woman with no kids, I live my life for me. Sure, I'm responsible for all the financial decisions. Sometimes I wish I could blame some of them on someone else, and for supporting myself. But I would rather spend the rest of my life doing this than with a partner who tells me that I'm not good enough, or can't clean up after themselves, or spends all day playing video games, or whatever story it is this week. Friends, don't stay because you're afraid of what is out there. It is just fine being single. X200B. When I was in my early 20s, an older woman told me, men regret the relationships they don't have. Women regret the relationships they do have. I've held that very close to my heart. Now, when I consider getting into a new relationship, I weigh how they make me feel against the joy and peace solitude brings me. The myth is that a woman alone is less than someone to pity or criticize. It takes many strong, confident, independent people to continue to debunk this myth. My solitude doesn't depend on the presence or absence of people, on the contrary. I hate who steals my solitude without, in exchange, offering me true company. Friedrich Nietzsche. Unironically, I think a lot of people in relationships would be better off single. Or a lot of heterosexual women would. Anyway, even in good relationships, there's so much compromise involved on both a micro and macro level, and there needs to be a really strong incentive to be worth it. Yep. I've been single for the last 10 years. I've never looked back. And I never want to be in a marriage-like relationship again. I might consider seeing somebody if they ticked all the boxes, maybe. But I never want to share my living space again. Ever. The bitter old woman stereotype is only one I see attributed to women by men. They need us, not the other way around. Oh, 100,000. My mum is heavily pregnant and her due date is in 2 weeks. Her husband has barely visited or been with her to any scans. I was quite happy when she asked me to accompany her to the gender scan. If the pregnancy is any indication of the kind of father he is going to be, I'm going to guess he won't be very hands-on, and my poor mother will have to do everything. She had me at 19 and my own father is estranged, but she said at least she didn't have him interfering and creating issues. This guy might as well be the same BC, he's only gonna add to her stress. There's this saying in Spanish, mayor solo que mal acompañado, which roughly translated means better alone than in bad company. So yoop. I'm happy in my marriage and my husband does what he can in terms of house maintenance with me. He's disabled, so there are some limitations. He's a good partner and I like sharing a space with him. That said, should we separate or if I outlive him, I wouldn't seek cohabitation again. I don't know if I'd seek a partnership again either. I got lucky. But I don't want to get used to another person or deal with the BS of accidentally finding a bad one. I would rather be alone romantically. I just had this convo with my mom. If my hubby dies, I'm never getting married again. I don't have the emotional bandwidth for another relationship again. I am so tired. It's exhausting having the same conversation about my wants and needs not being met. Over and over. Especially when I take care of everyone else in our household. Blair. Cishet marriage was never for the benefit of women. The dissonance appears to be that women want a partner in life. And men want a pet maid mom nurse. Until there's a shift in men's mindset, this will never be achieved. And propaganda been feeding this mindset into men's mind for a long time, so I don't see a positive future for change. At least not in our lifetime. It's FA not the asshole STIC being single. Believing our worth lies in being attached to and serving a man is the fuel that keeps the patriarchy chugging along. Fuck that. This needs to be said more often. I ended a nearly decade-long relationship a few years ago because it was draining me. He was a great friend for me but a terrible partner. My quality of life after the breakup improved significantly. I had planned on being single unless I found someone who was a true positive impact on my life. I didn't expect to find it. But by some miracle, I did. Relationships are only worth it if they improve your life. Otherwise, being single is just fine. Divorced going on 3 years now. I've absolutely loved being single. The tentative talks I've had with men since my divorce have gone poorly and only reinforced my enjoyment of single living. I'm actually bi and feel like any future relationships I would prefer to have with a woman. But I haven't met any available ones since being single. I may try online dating if I get the urge. But currently liking my cat lady status. I agree. I love my BF to pieces. And he is really good at improving himself. But I still compromise on so many things. If this relationship doesn't last for whatever reason, I'm never going to share my living space again. Just bunnies. Lots of them. Oh hell yeah it is. I don't need someone else to make me miserable. I can do that all by myself. I don't need your help. Tears of joy. My mother-in-law says it has to be a pretty good man to be better than no man at all. So yeah. From age 1750 I have been partnered. The last few years being single have been the best years of my life. There's something about freedom that really rings my bells. I've been in a series of abusive relationships for the last 15 years. And I'm working on healing from that. However, I'm 41 and I can't stop the fear that I will never find a loving partner because my dateable days are numbered. It is horrible how indoctrinated we are with the belief that we need that. I would give anything to move past this stage and get to the stage where I can say, man, I'm so glad I'm alone. To the no men after being coupled for 31 years, it is so great to be man-free. What is available in my dating swamp is the similar to what I divorced. Why would I sign up for that? I so wish everyone would upvote this comment because it is so true. I used to think the worst thing in life was being alone. It's not. The worst thing in life is being with people that make you feel alone. I'm already there. Absolutely. I've never been happier or more satisfied with life. Managing a bad partner is just a masochistic waste of life. After enough negative experiences, it is perfectly reasonable to have no further interest. Vibtators. Don't yell at people. Woman shrugging. My friend and her partner, who seem to be the perfect couple, are going through a divorce. It has left me shocked. They both seem to be one of compatible people. And then my sister and my Bill fighting constantly over little things is also making me lose hope in all relationships. I wonder if that is the ultimate fate of all relationships.